She was used to carrying things heavier than herself. Boxes of ammunition, crates of grenades, the metal stench of gun oil clinging to her gloves. Private First Class Maya Reyes didn't complain. She wasn't there for glory. She was there to make sure others could fight. They called her the ammo mule. She didn't mind. But on that day in Kandahar, names and ranks meant nothing. What mattered was who kept breathing when the dust settled. It started like any other supply run, simple resupply for SEAL Team 6 operating near the ridge. The morning sun was a brutal white disk in the Afghan sky, and the hum of the CH-47 helicopter was almost soothing as it descended on the rocky plateau. Maya sat near the back, securing the crates with thick straps. She wasn't supposed to stay long. Drop off ammo, fuel, and rations, then fly back to base. That was the plan. The helicopter's ramp hit the ground with a dull thud. The SEALs were already there, faces streaked with dust and sweat, rifles tight in their hands. Commander Holt gave her a quick nod, his expression sharp but calm. Reyes, right. Stack those cases near the comm post. We're low on 7.62 in thermals. Yes, sir, she said, her voice almost lost to the rotor wash. The SEALs moved with a kind of silent precision she admired, every motion deliberate. They were legends, every one of them, but they didn't act like it. To them, she was just logistics. The mule. And that was fine. She had just started unloading the second crate when the sky cracked. The first mortar hit less than 30 meters away. The shockwave threw her against the side of the bird, ears ringing, vision split with static. The helicopter crew shouted something she couldn't hear, then another shell hit, closer. Metal tore like paper. Take cover. Someone yelled. The world became dust and fire. She stumbled out of the wreckage, coughing, dragging one of the ammo boxes with her. The Chinook's side was shredded, flames licking up from the fuel line. 2 crewmen were down, one not moving. The SEALs had already formed a defensive arc, rifles snapping in short bursts toward the ridge line. Contact. 200 meters east. Maya ducked behind a rock outcropping, dragging the crate into cover. Bullets sparked off the stone beside her. Commander Holt was barking orders into his comms, but the signal was fried. The mortar barrage must have knocked out their relay. She looked at the SEALs, only 7 of them, pinned down by at least 30 insurgents who had the high ground. No air support, no backup, no way out. The ammo she'd brought was their only lifeline. Reyes, we're running low. Get that ammo up here. She didn't think. She just moved. The ground exploded near her boots as she sprinted through the open field, ducking low, clutching the crate against her chest. Her heart was a hammer in her ribs. She slid behind a wall of sandbags beside Petty Officer Lang, who was reloading frantically. You sure you're not one of us? He muttered, grinning despite the chaos. She handed him a belt of rounds. Not yet, she said. The radio crackled, static, broken words, then silence. Holt slammed his fist against the comms pack. No signal. They're jamming us. Maya scanned the ridge, mind racing. If they couldn't call for air, they were done. She thought about the Chinook's emergency radio. Damaged, maybe, but it might still work. The problem, it was on fire. I can try the bird. She yelled over the gunfire. Holt turned to her. Negative. That's a death trap. Then I guess I'll die trying, she said, and before he could stop her, she was already running. The heat was unbearable near the wreck. Smoke clawed at her lungs. She crawled through the burning fuselage, kicking debris aside until she found the secondary comms unit. It was half melted, but the signal light still flickered faintly. She ripped it free, ducking as another mortar slammed nearby. When she stumbled back to the SEAL's position, her sleeves were singed and her face streaked with ash. Got it, she gasped. Holt's eyes widened. You're insane. Yeah, but it might work. She rewired the power cell using a field knife and a spare battery from a laser designator. Sparks flew, but the console hummed weakly to life. She switched frequencies, scanning for a clean band. Echo base, this is MULE-3. Do you copy? Static. Then, MULE-3, this is Echo. We read you. What's your status? Maya nearly laughed. Pinned down. Coordinates transmitting. We need air support ASAP. Copy that, Mule-3. CAS inbound. ETA 6 minutes. 6 minutes. That might as well have been an eternity. 6 minutes. She shouted to Holt. Then we hold for 6, he replied, eyes narrowing. They dug in. Every SEAL fired in disciplined bursts, conserving ammo. Maya crawled between them, tossing new magazines, swapping belts, keeping the line alive. Bullets tore through the air like angry hornets. A round grazed her shoulder, burning through her sleeve. She gritted her teeth and kept moving. Lang went down, hit in the leg. She dragged him back behind cover, tied a tourniquet with her belt, and handed him his rifle. "You're not done yet," she said. He laughed weakly. "You're crazier than Holt. Flattery won't save you." The insurgents pushed closer, their shouts echoing through the canyon. Holt was out of grenades. 2 SEALs were bleeding. They were seconds from being overrun. Then Maya saw it, the old mortar tube near the wreck. "Cover me," she yelled, and before anyone could argue, she sprinted again. She slid beside the tube, checked the sights, and loaded a shell from a broken crate. She'd only seen it done once, during training. No time to second guess. She aimed high toward the ridge and fired. The recoil nearly knocked her over, but the round hit dead center. The explosion shattered their advance. The SEALs roared, "Nice shot, Mule," someone shouted. She grinned, sweat and ash dripping down her face. "I had a good teacher." Then the sky screamed. 2 A-10s thundered overhead, releasing a hail of fire down the ridge. The ground shook as the enemy position was obliterated. In seconds, the gunfire faded. Only wind and smoke remained. Silence. Holt stood, scanning the ridge through his scope. All clear. Maya collapsed to her knees, laughing shakily. Her hands were trembling, blood mixing with soot. When the rescue chopper finally landed, she refused the stretcher. She walked herself aboard, clutching her pack. The SEALs followed, silent but nodding in respect. Back at base, Holt met her outside the med tent. "You saved all of us," he said simply. "I just did my job," she replied. He shook his head. "You stopped being an ammo mule the moment you picked up that radio." The next morning, when she walked into the mess hall, conversation stopped. Every SEAL in the room stood and raised a salute. She froze, unsure what to do. Holt broke the silence. "To Sergeant Maya Reyes, the mule who carried us through hell." She smiled faintly. "Just don't make me carry your ammo again." Laughter broke the tension, but under it was something else, respect. Real, hard-earned respect. Outside, the desert wind whispered against the tents. Somewhere out there, the war still raged. But for now, the mule had become something more. She wasn't just the one who carried the weight. She was the reason they made it home.